so powerful, this skill. It doesn't matter. You've never done this before. You've never had a client before. Tell them, first time, boom. Same thing. Can you see? Okay, before I do it, right? Before I do it, can you see if I have certification? If I don't have certification, I could go either way. How could I go either way? If I don't have certification, I focus on results and experience. If I have certification, then I focus on the certification. It's the same. It makes no difference. Okay. Here's a question. Sifu, would you be able to let me know more in depth what kind of experience you're looking at? Have you ever have experienced people in your team? How is that working out? Are you talking about closers? Are you talking about like just other task, other responsibility? Just if his team is pretty big.
I think she's giving the like the response. Like, can she say that? Like, would you be able to let me know, what kind of experience you're looking at? Like, if
okay,
response.
I see. Okay, so would you be able to? Yep, that's fine. That's a good line. Yeah, would you be able to let me know more in depth what kind of experience you're looking at? Have you? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You got to be careful though, because if you don't have experience, then you are now painting a picture. You're putting yourself in a corner. Right? You're putting yourself in a corner. So be careful. Okay. So let's do this again, HTC way.
Okay. So just frankly speaking, then looking over everything, I don't think you've don't have enough of a track record for us.
Yeah. In fact, I have no certification whatsoever.
Right.
I joke about it all the time where, people that got MBA and stuff like that. I don't have. Oh, actually, I do have an MBA, but not a traditional MBA that you might think about. My MBA is a massive bank account.
I mean, I respect that. I respect that, and that's great.
I've made a lot of money doing what I do. If you want me to make you some money, that's cool. If you want me to get you some certificate and all that, I don't have that. I mean, I'm sure there are plenty of people that could give you that.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm not looking for a piece of paper, right? I want results.
Yeah. Last time I checked, I don't think we could go to a bank and deposit a piece of paper, can we? That certificate.
No, you're right. You're right.
So right. What should we do?
Well, sign me up.
Boom.
That's a boom.
I actually have used that line. I have used that line. Told them, marketing. I walk the talk. I do what I do. That's in my probably late 20s. Late 20s. Yeah. So I have a different MBA, not the MBA that you're thinking about. Right. And then really that's the prospects reaction. They laugh. They laugh. They get it because I'm talking to entrepreneurs. Right. They get it. By the way, now for my graduates, please don't give away the answer. Okay. So, why do you think you are getting these objections? You also notice that, do you notice that when you're closing, it's actually usually the same few objections coming up again and again. It's not like you get 30 different objections. For most, you might get the same 2 or 3 again and again and again and again and again. Do you know why you're getting those objections? And everyone is a little bit different, by the way, right? You notice that, like, you're not getting a ton of different objections. It's kind of same shit again and again and again. And even you're selling different thing and you're selling to different prospects, even different industry, it's the same shit. So the question is, why are you getting these objections? It is not that because you're not handling up front. It's not that you don't find out their needs. It's not that you're not asking the right questions. It's not that you're not listening. No, It's not that you're not qualifying. Here's the truth. The only reason, write it down, why you're getting all these objections is, the truth is, why you're getting the same objections again and again, because they're the same fucking objections you have when you buy. They are the same fucking objections you have when you buy. Because when you are closing, you project all your insecurities, all your uncertainty, all your negative association with money and sales when closing. When you're closing on the phone, there's absolutely no hiding. Your prospects know it. You may or may not know it. Why your prospects keep telling you, I need to think about it? Because you are not decisive in life. You hesitate all the time. You can't make a decision. You can't pull the fucking trigger. So you trigger all those objections yourself. Do you know why Sifu has very little objections when I talk to a prospect? It's not just confidence. Because I am a great prospect. I'm a great buyer. I'm very easy to close. When I see someone, I'll buy. I am the easy. I see value. I don't bitch about price. I don't nickel and dime. You are who you attract. You attract who you are. I'm very easy to sell. In fact, many times I bought something. Sometimes I don't even need it. I just like the way that they sell. That's cool. That salesperson is good, right? That's cool. I'll buy something. Like, it's okay. Just like the way that they sell. Appreciate the skill. I'm going to give you something very profound here. Write this down, please. Those who are afraid to buy are always afraid to sell. I'm going to say that one more time. Let this sink in. I'm giving you a huge lesson here. Those who are afraid to buy are always afraid to sell. Why I have no problem charging someone $10,000, $30,000, $70,000, because I paid other people that kind of money with no hesitation to come in and look at the business, consult with the business. I have no problem. I love to buy. So when it comes to high ticket, this is why it's not the script, it's the insecurity. Write it down. It's not the script, it is the insecurity. You're not comfortable with money. So you would project that onto your prospects. If you're getting cheap prospects all the time, they nickel and dime you, what does that mean? What do you think is happening? Why are people so cheap? Why they nickel and dime you? It means some areas of your life you're cheap. Not your bad, it's just the behavior. And by the way, it's not your fault. It's just programming from the past. Does that make sense? You picked out from your parents, picked out from somebody. You didn't know. You were coming from a place of scarcity because you didn't know that's before HTC, okay? So it will happen if you have, you are uncomfortable with wealthy people, right? You're uncomfortable with wealthy people. When you talk to them, you will project that. If you think wealthy people are greedy, they're assholes and all that stuff, if you have that programming, when you sell to them, oh my God, you're not going to close shit. You're not going to close anything. So you better appreciate people with money. If you want to become one of us, bless people with money. If you want to be one of us. If there's any hesitation at all, you will project that. Someone is successful, no jealousy. Don't get jealous. No envy. Not like you gotta be aware. If you enviness, jealousy, right? No, just that's great. I'm happy. That's great. Celebrate. Blessed. Get comfortable with it. Get comfort, and as you write this down, as you make more money, invest in yourself so you could close more. As you make more money, invest in yourself so you could close more. Because you gotta expand that comfort. You have to expand that comfort. It's all comfort. It's all the comfort. I'm gonna ask you a question. Do you have so now you're in week 5. If today Sifu was to have you on my team, okay? Let's say you pass Joe's interview and you're on my team and you're closing for HTC right now. Okay, you're going through it. Would you have any problem closing HTC for $10,000? Would you have any hesitation? Would you be uncomfortable? Which I'm not so sure and like, ooh, I don't know. No. Why is that? Because why? Because you're in it. You know the value. You've gone through it. So then when you're speaking from that place, do you see the price and the script, all that? It's not that important. It's not that important. At the same time, if today I was to ask you to close for something, I don't know, a car, I don't know, whatever car, that's $100,000. Well, maybe it's a little bit least comfortable. Now, it doesn't mean, because I want to give you a little bit of context. It doesn't mean that, oh, Sifu, are you asking me to just, spend money and all that? No. You could invest in yourself as you become more successful. It's a graduate process. But knowing that closing, that comfort is like a muscle. You got to work on it. This is why smelling the letters, doing all of that to make yourself more comfortable with the idea of money. You see how everything ties together? Why I gave you the assignment in the first couple of weeks, and you wonder, scratching your head, why do I need to play with money, Sifu? Why do I need to smell the letter? Can't you just teach me how to close? And I told you, every single thing I design has a purpose in HTC. Now circle back. Can you see how everything makes sense? Can you see how the pieces of the puzzle fit together? Because you will see when you're on the phone all this stuff. So imagine, I'm going to ask you a different question now. Imagine if I don't give you the mindset training, I just jump into this week 1. Just imagine I jump into this week 1. Okay, let's go. Let's talk about how to handle objections. Week 1. What are your chances of becoming successful as a closer? Would you be confused? Would you have a harder time implementing the techniques? If I don't teach you about the self-image, I don't teach you about the cape, I don't teach you about the creed, I don't teach you all the attitude. Why the attitude, gratitude? Because when you are grateful, you're not fearful. When you're grateful, you're not desperate. Are you getting this? Doesn't matter how much money you have. It has nothing to do with that. It's a feeling. So when you're on the phone, why am I not desperate? Because I'm grateful. When I'm grateful, it means that in my mind, I'm content. I am happy with everything I have in my life. I appreciate all the little things in my life. I don't need more, but doesn't mean I don't strive to be better. But at the same time, I am not attached. So you ask me, see how to get not attached. When you have that attitude of gratitude, you are not attached. Think about it. If you truly have the attitude, you're truly grateful, on the phone, would you be attached? Would you be so nervous if you lose a sale? Like, oh my God, I lose a sale. Oh my God, I'm going to close the sale. Would you be like panicking? No, you're like, I'm happy. So don't try to, I close the sale, then I'll be happy. No, happily closing. You're happily. How about that? Write it down. You're happily closing. You close, I'm happy. You don't close, I'm happy. Doesn't change me. One of the biggest mistakes you could make is you are depending your self-worth on whether you close or not. Do you think if Sifu is on the phone, I'm talking to a prospect, if I don't close, do you think suddenly, I suck, I'm losing it, man, I'm not sharp, oh shit, but I never can do this. I either get a yes, I get a no, I get time back, or I get a lesson. But how many of my students, right? They lose a couple cells. Now their self-worth, now they feel hurt. They feel there's something wrong with them. There is nothing wrong with you. You're not broken. Don't try to fix it. Do you hear me? You are not broken, in spite of what people tell you. It's just you've got the lower self and the conditioning. It's like a little diamond, your little gem, right? That you've got so much dirt on you, so much insecurity and programming. I need to remove a lot of those insecurities and dirt so you could see the gem that you are, that you could shine. There's nothing wrong. Now, it doesn't mean I don't want you to improve. Doesn't mean I don't want to transfer some skill sets to you. Do you need to get some skill sets? Yes or no? But you're not broken. So don't approach this. If you're not getting it, it's role playing, or was role playing with us. Oh, even though she doesn't get it perfectly, does that mean, there's something wrong with you? There's nothing wrong with you. You're fine. You are good. You are great. You're born great. It's just your environment fuck you up. Your environment where you grew up and fuck you up. Now you're aware of it, unplug you from the matrix, like, okay, all right. Now I'm more aware of my surrounding, my environment. I need to learn some skill. I need to manage my lower self. I need to pay attention to it. And I need to expand my comfort. So then this is why XTC is so powerful, because you learn wouldn't you agree? You learn so much about yourself during this journey. And you're expressing yourself through closing. This is what we do. I'll say that one more time. You are expressing yourself through closing. Closing is just a mean to an end. You're expressing the best version of you. Now, doesn't mean we don't work on it. We could get better. We work on it. But every single time on the phone, this is why it builds confidence. That's why once you get this, you are fucking unstoppable. It transfers to all areas of your life. If you truly get it, not mechanics, you truly get it, my God, your relationship improves. Your happiness improves. Your gratitude improves. Suddenly, everything around you, like, how many of you noticed in just last 4 or 5 weeks that what do you notice about yourself? What do you notice? What changes do you notice within yourself? Tell me, be specific. More confidence, happier, yes, more decisive, right? More decisive, great. More humble, that's good. No ego, more understanding of your tone. No complaining, yeah. More clarity, more connected, proud of yourself, a peace, more accepting. I want you to notice more hunger, more motivation, right? More discipline. You notice every single thing that you notice on here, it has nothing to do with closing. Nobody said, oh, I think I'm a better. No. None of that, not one answer you've just typed in the chat has to do with, oh, I think I'm closing smoother. I think I can handle objection better. No. But you are a better closer because you're a better person. You are a better closer because you're a better person. This is what we believe in. Become the best version of yourself. I don't say become the best closer. No, become the best version of yourself. When you become a better version of yourself, you are a better closer. You're a better father. You're a better mother. You're a better son. You're a better daughter. You're a better parent. And this is why the whole process is a never-ending journey, because we never, because you're not growing, you're dying. We don't want to settle. We say, oh, I want to be better, right? I want to get better. I can get here. I can get to the next level. I can get the next level. I can get the next level. And I love to hear those stories. I love to see the booms, but I like to hear how that impact your life. Because after a while, I see the boom, you made so much money, that's all good. But I like, what did that do for you? I like to see those stories. Right? I'm very happy. It brings me joy when I see those stories. Right? Making people money, it's like, it's money, but it doesn't, I'm not as excited because I've seen that so long already, right? But I'm more excited when I see that, more personal, right? When I see example like Payment, where his son made a little cardboard, then put some numbers on it, right? And saying that he's a high-ticket closer. Doesn't have a phone, but his little cardboard is a high-ticket closer. I love that because I know that I've impacted his son. That when his son grows up, he's an edge. He's just something different, right? He's got a more self-awareness. He's already learning about himself that most people are not aware of. So I'm teaching you closing, but really it's through closing you learn about yourself. And by learning this about yourself, by becoming a better version of yourself, you become a better closer. Are you with me? Like, is this sinking in? And that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it. And it's great. It truly is. And I'm improving too. I'm learning, I'm improving, I'm becoming a better version of myself, right? Sifu's not perfect. Sifu has a lot of flaws, right? I have issues too, right? I gotta work on it. It's not that, oh, I figure everything out. No, I'm figuring out with you. I'm few steps ahead. And I know more, but I'm figuring out with you. I would never ever to tell you I'm arrive at a place that I no longer need to grow. That no, I'm learning. You're doing a push-up, I'm doing a push-up. It's just now I can do more reps, but I'm doing a push-up too. As we're doing this, I'm resharpening my skill. I'm thinking about, oh, that's a new way of, because you draw that out of me. In fact, okay, all my mentees, graduates from the past, right, previous season, is Sifu doing some new ways of closing that you have never heard of before, right? Am I demonstrating some new ways of redirecting, right? Now, where was these things? It's in me, but it's through what we are doing, the interaction, that just you draw that out of me. It's there. So then I'm learning, I'm thinking about, oh, that's an interesting way of doing it. Or I'm making notes myself, I'm writing it down. Oh, I've never heard of that before. Joe has been with me, right? There's some new distinctions, right, Joe?
Very.
Right?
It's actually very different than season 5 for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like that. So you make me better. So I learn alongside with you. So I could see, oh, what do you need? What you want to learn more of? And that's how we, even from HTC, how we develop HIC, high income copywriting, because I could see a lot of my students are asking, well, Steve, I want to learn that skill. And I said, okay, all right. And I could teach that, right? Because I thought, oh, okay, it's a lot of that based on what, because I have so many skill sets. I don't know what it is that you may need or you might want on different stage, and it all depends, right? It all depends. But I want to transfer the skills, but I can't give it all to you at once. I need to say, oh, here's something that if you want to learn, I can do that. If you're something you want to learn, I can do that. Something you want to learn, I can do that, right? And I need to take you through a process. Otherwise, if I just dump it onto you, I'm doing a huge disservice because you'll be overwhelmed and you won't implement. I need to take you through, okay, do this, practice, internalize, digest, do this, digest, internalize, own it, become part of you. Next step, same thing, do something new, do a little bit more, digest, internalize, become part of you. Like I kind of need to give you in those steps, right? If I give you all at once, like imagine if I dump everything I know, then you'll be like, you're just overwhelmed. And then it hurts your confidence because you're like, oh, I can never do that. I need to build up your confidence first that, oh yeah. It's one thing that I believe you can do it, but I need you to believe that you can do it. I believe in you can do it, but I need you to believe in yourself. So I need to take my time, right? That I'm giving you just enough that it is a stretch, but it is not so overwhelming that you're paralyzed. You know what I mean? Have you seen that before? Like you just too much and then you just paralyze and you don't do anything, you just freeze, right? Versus I give you enough, it's overwhelming, but it's a stretch, but you could do it. You can do some of it, maybe not all of it, but you could do some of it. And that's good enough. That's good enough. Do your best, forget the rest. Objection handling rule number 5, preempt objections before it comes up, okay? Preempt objections before it comes up. So think about, we have objection, you can do it just like a punch. Someone punches, you could counter before, during, or after. Before, during, or after. So this is, we're talking about before. So what we've done so far sometimes is during, sometimes is after, right? It's after, right? We direct, finger jab, intercept, that's fine. But you can also do it before it comes up. So the way you do it, set the agenda. Why we set the agenda? Because when you set the agenda in such a way, what I taught you, then you don't get the I want to think about it. If you set the agenda correctly. Sometimes you could set the agenda without even saying a lot. Okay. So the way I like to close, again, don't try this at home, warning, don't try this at home, is I like to play a little game with myself and the prospect. I almost have this, I don't know, this a challenge. I want to challenge myself. How could I use the least amount of words to close a sale? Like I like to speak very little. Like I have this fantasy that I could just say like 1 or 2 lines and I'm done. I like to use the minimum amount of words, but the most amount of impact. Like that's the way you can notice. I like to keep it short, like just boom, like, and then they freeze. So I like to play that little game. Right? I want to keep it simple. I want to be able to do that. So I like to play around with it. How could we make it very, very simple? So something like this, it could be, can I make a deposit first? I can't afford a full price, right? So Joe, you want to try that? I'll be the prospect.
Sounds good.
You can be the closer.
Okay.
Then this would be somewhere more near the end of the close, right?
So yes.
So Joe, can I make a deposit first? I mean, I can't afford the full price.
You know, Dan, we typically don't work like that. I mean, well, why exactly are you know, is it really the money?
Yeah, yeah. I just don't have that much like cash like right now.
So you're saying that you would be able to make a deposit today. I mean, like how much exactly are you saying?
I can do like 5K.
5K, but you know the entire package is 15K, right? That we just talked about.
Yeah.
So you know, and I want to look if I was to help you out, right? Because the main thing here, Dan, is that we want you to get results, correct? And so what you're looking for. You're looking for results,
Right.
right? Now, 5K and is it a stretch for 5K for the deposit?
A little bit, yes, a little bit.
A little bit, okay, okay. Because you see, the worst thing that we want to happen, you know, if you're gonna get the package from us too, you also keep in mind that does not include ad spend as well for your ads, right? You have to come up with that as well,
Oh,
right?
I didn't think about that.
So I don't want. So here's the thing. I don't. You know, Dan, if there's something you're not comfortable with, you can't go ahead with it. I don't want to. We don't want to just take all your income, all your money, because we also want you to have a budget for ad spend. Otherwise, how are you going to be successful?
Makes sense. It makes sense.
Right?
So what should I do?
I don't know, Dan. I mean, how important is this for you? How soon do you need your retargeting ads run, and how soon do you need this campaign by?
Oh man, I've been waiting. I need to get the sales up. It's been painful.
You mean like since yesterday, or?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, 2 weeks ago.
But I'm confused. And I mean, if you don't have the funds to make an investment, how are you planning to go for this?
Well, I mean, I think probably I could get a loan from the bank if necessary, because
Wow.
to me, I need to get this going. I need to get sales coming in. Because
This sounds pretty serious to you. Am I right?
That's very serious, man. Very serious.
Okay, I mean, we have a current situation with a business, right? Yeah, I don't know what your business credit score is. And if you went to a bank and got a loan, do you think it's fairly straightforward?
It's pretty straightforward. I have a line of credit with the bank already.
Okay.
And I've been, having pretty good sales over the years. And I'm sure I can get a bigger line of credit. I'm pretty confident. Like I'm 90%